What's up, guys? Just want to give you a quick update here on how the Ranger's coming along. I got the floats assembled. I figured I'd go ahead and get those together while I was at it. But I also got the plane assembled itself. As you can see, it's all in one piece right now. I still have to cut my flaps in, add my radio, and we're set. But that went together in about, I'm going to say, 15 minutes. That's how quick it is, assembly is on that little Ranger. Actually, I did a little cosmetic work. I put warning tips on, painted the tips of the props yellow for warning. It turned out my white paint was dried up, so I had plenty of yellow. I used that. And I said I was going to open up these to allow extra cooling, but after a closer examination, I'm going to leave them like they are. They got plenty of cooling. They already opened up twice here for extra cooling, plus down here too. Then a spinner, there's plenty cooling going through there. I'll probably just blacken those out with a little black paint just for cosmetic purposes, to make me feel better. Also, whoops, I'll reset here. I kicked the camera. Hold on. Yeah, we're good. Those are not steel gear servos in here. They're not steel gear servos. They're nylon. Now, one of the things that I learned a long time ago with my other Cessna, I changed the steering servo over to a steel gear because that rudder, that nose gear takes a lot of punishment and will break that nylon gear rudder or servo. So I got a steel gear servo over there. I'm gonna just swap it out later. As I cut the flaps, I'll swap out that rudder servo for a steel gear. Now going on over to the floats, as you can see, I have them assembled. One thing I recommend you guys to do: these hex screws that lock in the supports, you might want to use some Loctite on them to make sure they don't back out on you. You guys know, anybody you guys experience know how important Loctite is when it comes to those hex screws. They like to back out. And also, I found that once you tighten down on these supports here, these support blocks, they crack. I had one break on me already, actually a couple of them. But the easy fix for that, I already filled the cracks with some CA glue, waiting for them to dry. Then I'm going to use my old epoxy and baking soda remedy, scuff up the surface of these so I can get a good bite, and smear them with that epoxy resin and baking soda. That way they get a nice hard block, because you don't want these floats falling apart on you when you hit the water. So that's the one thing I saw that needed some attention. And I already got the servo wire hooked up for the water rudder, and as you can see, it comes out right here at the top. Put that down. I've been hanging on to it too long. And there's a hole in the bottom of the fuselage that this wire goes up in, and you can run it to a Y harness to hook to your rudder to operate the servo for the water rudder. So that's one thing I like you guys need to look out for if you get this plane. These blocks can crack, and you want to use Loctite on the screws. So watch out for that. But other than that, I'm still happy with it. It still looks good, and I still feel good. So I'm going to keep this short and sweet, and move on to the next step, which is cutting those flaps in. So we'll see you guys later.